English Podcast.
From LangWidge Web.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to LangWidge Web, the podcast where English learning becomes practical, natural, and enjoyable.
We're so happy you're here with us today. Whether you're listening on your way to school, relaxing at home, or practicing your English right now, thank you for joining us.
I'm Tom,
And I'm Maria.
and here at LangWidge Web, we help English learners around the world build confidence, improve fluency, and enjoy the learning journey.
Because learning English should never feel scary.
Exactly. It should feel exciting, motivating, and empowering.
So grab your coffee, relax, and let's improve together.
Have you ever watched an English movie and understood almost everything, but when someone asks you a simple question in English, your brain suddenly freezes?
Or maybe you understand podcasts, YouTube videos, even your teacher in class, but when it's your turn to speak, only one word comes out.
If that sounds familiar, today's episode is especially for you.
Because you are not bad at English.
And you are definitely not alone.
Today we're talking about one of the biggest frustrations for English learners worldwide.
Why you understand English but can't speak.
Tom, honestly, this problem is everywhere.
Absolutely. I've met so many learners who can understand English perfectly during class, but when they need to speak, they panic.
And the worst part?
They start believing they are bad at languages.
Exactly.
But the truth is, understanding a language and speaking a language are two completely different skills.
That's such an important point.
Think about sports. You can watch basketball every day. You can understand the rules. You can know every famous player. But does that automatically mean you can play basketball professionally?
Of course not.
Because watching is passive. Playing is active.
And English works the same way. Listening is passive, speaking is active.
Let's talk about the number one reason many learners can't speak smoothly.
Translation.
Exactly. Many learners hear English, then translate it into their native language. Then when they want to speak, they build the sentence in their native language first, then translate it back into English. That process is slow.
Very slow. And during conversation, people don't wait 10 seconds for your brain to translate everything.
That's why learners freeze, not because they don't know English, but because their brain is doing too much work.
Let's imagine someone asks, "How was your weekend?" A learner's brain may do this. Understand the English sentence, translate it into Khmer, Spanish, Japanese, or another language. Think of an answer, translate the answer into English, check grammar, check pronunciation, finally speak.
And by that time, the conversation already moved on.
Now, let's talk about another huge problem. Fear.
Fear destroys fluency.
Especially the fear of grammar mistakes.
Many learners think, if my grammar isn't perfect, I shouldn't speak, but native speakers make mistakes all the time.
All the time.
Fluent speakers focus on communication first, perfection second.
That's powerful, because communication is the real goal, not perfect grammar.
Imagine a child learning their first language. Do parents wait for perfect grammar before encouraging the child to speak?
No. A child might say, "Me want water," and parents still understand.
Exactly. The child improves naturally through practice. But adult learners often expect perfection immediately. That pressure blocks speaking.
This next point may sound simple, but it's true. Many learners study English every day without actually speaking English.
Yes, they watch videos, they memorize vocabulary, they do grammar exercises. But speaking? Maybe only 5 minutes a week.
You know what speaking English is like? Learning to drive. At first, driving feels scary. You think about everything: the mirror, the steering wheel, the brake, the road.
But after enough practice, your brain becomes automatic. Speaking English works exactly the same way.
This part is fascinating. There are actually two kinds of vocabulary: passive vocabulary, words you understand when reading or listening, and active vocabulary, words you can use naturally in conversation.
And for many learners, passive vocabulary is huge, but active vocabulary is small.
Exactly. You may understand 5,000 English words, but only feel comfortable speaking with 500.
For example, you may understand the word exhausted, but when speaking, you still say, I am very, very tired.
Because your mouth only remembers familiar speaking words. That's completely normal.
Okay, Tom, this next point might surprise some listeners. Many learners study English like a school subject, not like a real language.
That's a game changer. In school, students often focus on grammar rules, tests, memorization, and translation. But real communication requires listening, reacting, expressing emotions, and speaking naturally.
Language is not mathematics, it's communication.
Some learners know advanced grammar terms like present perfect continuous tense, but can't answer, "What did you eat for breakfast?"
That happens more often than people think.
Okay, now let's move to solutions, because understanding the problem is only the first step.
Exactly. Here are practical ways to improve your speaking. Tip 1. Stop translating. Try using simple English directly. Instead of building long, complicated sentences, start small. For example, instead of, due to the weather conditions, I decided not to participate, just say, it was raining, so I stayed home.
Simple English is powerful English. Tip 2. Speak out loud daily.
Even if you're alone, talk to yourself. Describe your day. Describe what you see.
For example, I'm making coffee. I'm walking to school. The weather is hot today. This trains your brain to think in English.
Tip 3. Shadow native speakers. Shadowing is incredibly effective.
That means listening to a short sentence and immediately repeating it. Copy the pronunciation, rhythm, emotion, and intonation.
Not just the words, the sound. Listen, I can't believe how fast this year went. Now repeat it.
Again, I can't believe how fast this year went. Perfect. Tip 4. Stop fearing mistakes.
Mistakes are proof that you're learning. Nobody becomes fluent without sounding awkward first. Nobody.
Even native speakers sometimes say the wrong words.
Tip 5. Use repeated speaking patterns. This is very important. Fluent speakers don't create every sentence from zero. They use patterns. For example, I think, in my opinion, the reason is, one thing I noticed is.
These patterns save mental energy and help conversations flow naturally. Here's something every learner needs to hear. You do not need perfect English to start speaking. You need courage.
And consistency.
Fluency is not magic. It's repetition, thousands of small speaking moments.
I once met a student who understood English for years, but she was too shy to speak. One day she challenged herself, speak English for just 5 minutes daily. That's all.
And after several months?
Her confidence completely changed, not because she suddenly became perfect, but because speaking became normal.
All right, listeners, let's do a quick challenge together.
Answer these questions out loud. Don't think too much, just speak. What did you do yesterday? What food do you love eating? What's your dream country to visit? What makes you happy? Describe your best friend.
See? The goal is not perfection. The goal is movement.
If you understand English but struggle to speak, please remember this. Your English is growing. Your brain is learning. You are improving more than you realize.
Speaking is simply the next stage, and every fluent speaker was once nervous too.
We hope today's episode encouraged you and reminded you that speaking English is a journey, not a race.
Every mistake you make is actually a step forward, because the people who become fluent are not the people who never fail. They're the people who never give up.
And remember this powerful quote.
Confidence doesn't come before speaking English. Confidence comes from speaking English.
So keep practicing a little every day.
Keep speaking even when you feel nervous.
And keep believing in yourself, because your voice deserves to be heard.
If you enjoyed this episode and learned something valuable today, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this podcast with your friends and fellow English learners around the world.
Your support helps LangWidge Web create more helpful videos, lessons, and motivation for learners everywhere.
And tell us in the comments, what is the biggest challenge you face when speaking English?
We'd love to hear from you in our next episode.
Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, your voice matters.